This is how I use some CL scripts on the IBM I to automatically save and restore MySQL or MariaDB databases from and to the IBM I. This is part of a procedure I use to clone a Wordpress installation from staging to production and failover in an overnight process. The IBM I is running i5 OS v7.2, Apache 2.4 and Zend Server 7.3 using MariaDB 10.1. The other machine that's being used in the process as a staging and failover machine is using Windows 7, and that's running Wampserver. I run a virtual host on each machine, being mindful of the security considerations for running PHP scripts remotely on the web servers. The web servers are only accessible internally and from required IP addresses defined in the .conf configuration files on the Windows machine and the IBM I. Here is an example of the virtual host definition on the IBM I with the required IP directives limiting access. Okay, here is the CL program script which runs the database save and restore. The first command is an example of how to save the database that is running on a remote SQL server from a command running on the IBM I. Note the error handling. It uses QSH to run PHP-CLI, which runs a PHP script on the IBM I, checking the return codes and job messages with receive message. It then interrogates standard ER, which is copied from the IFS file to a physical file, to report detail messages to the job log. Here is the script that is run on the IBM I. Note the way it uses the result variable to trap errors and then report them to the PHP error log, which on the IBM I, using Zend 7, is at user local Zend PHP 7 var log php.log. This submits the script on the remote server using file get contents. Again, the script traps any errors from the exec process in a couple of different ways depending on how the command being run handles error output. These errors are written to the Wampserver PHP error log on the remote Windows machine. The exec command would need to be changed if this were running on a different platform on the remote server. It then uses unzip, which I downloaded from Access Client Solutions, ACS for short, to restore the zipped file. Here is the main ACS screen, and here is the Package Manager screen with the zip and unzip packages installed using this button here. Remember to include the path to the zip and unzip packages in your profile file in the home directory. I also use sed to rename the database within the SQL save file, being careful to make sure I only change the database name string before restoring the database to the MariaDB server. Note the way it checks the return code with the QUserJobI API and then reads standard ER from the physical file to trap any errors and display them in the job log. And that's it. Thank you for watching.